Yo, what up, what up? It's your boy Guillermo Kiske, man. We're going to talk about some Sunday sports. Of course, my team, Manchester United, they won. Unfortunately, like a certain team in New Jersey. Salute to Manchester United. Great game. Obviously, Shaw with that terrible own goal. Looked kind of flat at times, but big head, slob head, Maguire came through. I was very happy to see that. That beautiful connect with Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. Oh, Rashford may not be a great scorer. He may never be a great striker. But Lord Jesus, this boy can pass in the box. Suit to everybody. Yeah, I'm going to get everybody. Yeah, yo, bro. Rock Marciano. God bless Rock Marciano. That's my favorite rapper right now, man. I'll let people in. Let me just get some stuff, man. Yeah, bro. So salute to Manchester United for being Newcastle. I know it's Newcastle, but a win is a win. Your boy Marcus Rashford scored. Aaron Wan-Bissaka scored. Rashford actually scored as well too. Bruno scored. Maguire scored. De Gea had a really good game. That own goal, he couldn't really stop it. He was kind of off balance. You just couldn't stop it. Salute to Manchester United. But let's get some NBA news, some clutch point articles. Hey, yo, MIG, yo, your son. I'm gonna school your bro, your son Noel. My left knee is a little messed up. I gotta go check that out. I don't know if it's like MCL. I don't know what the hell's a meniscus. I gotta check it out. I can hardly even move, but I'm gonna still school your son. Bro, your son ain't touch me. But let's get some articles, man. So first and foremost, this will be fairly quick. Darel Morey obviously got fired from the Rockets. That experiment flopped. Yes, they did make the playoffs, but you're trying to play the game of basketball with so small ball that your biggest player is PJ Tucker at 6'6". The one thing if you had Ben Wallace there, you want to run that like the Pistons, but you know what I mean? I'm just happy that even though I wish the Heat would have won because it would have put more emphasis on proper team building, construction, getting the right players that gel with certain players. It was gel with the team. And I think that's what Spoelstra and Riley represented. Unfortunately, Lakers won, so it's basically wait to get a superstar and then get a whole bunch of, quality role players and then get an AD type player. I mean, it's just whatever. But I'm happy. I'm not saying I'm happy that Darel Morey does not have a job, but I'm happy that he doesn't. The relevance with his thinking is kind of falling apart. I'm happy for that because Darel Morey, to me, he's one of these nerds, right? They think that they know everything, and they want to dictate to people who actually know the game of basketball or who actually watch it or respect the game of basketball. And they want to dictate and say, oh, I know I've been to MIT. I know how these numbers work. But it's like dogs. Basketball is not a bunch of robots running around. You just pump a bunch of numbers and get this player and this type of player. Oh, yeah. And it's like, stop, bro. Stop. Even the aspects of basketball, they try to get rid of the post. You've seen it this season where the post was vital for guys like AD, Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying? So when they try to turn basketball into a nerd, like this nerd number kind of thing, it just disgusts me. So, Darel Morey, I don't know where we're going to go next. And also the NBA got rid of him because of the whole China thing, which I think is messed up. But that's NBA for you, fake woke. But it is what it is. He can't talk about China, but you can talk about everything else. But, once you come to China because China's paying you money. You know what I'm saying? So that's time for another day. Let's get some of these clutch points articles. I got some decent ones. So the Knicks are in for actually, let me go to this this Carmelo Anthony one, where it's basically saying rumors that Carmelo Anthony will only return to Blazers in certain conditions. It's obviously told I'm taking a chance. And according to Jason Quick of The Athletic, he said the only way I see Carmelo Anthony return to Portland is if he has some kind of revelation that he is now a role player. I can't imagine that happening. In the meantime, I think Anthony searches for another team where he can play big minutes. If there are no suitors, he knows he can trust experience with O'Shea and the Blazers and listen to their pitch. This is the thing. This is why Carmelo Anthony bugs me. You went on ESPN, so you played your whole career, right? You never wanted to play the role position, right? You never wanted to acclimate yourself to that, despite the fact that you've never really played good defense. But then your body was waning. The game was kind of changing where it's not much more of a. You don't have like the early 2000s ISO player who like drives his head down, shoots the mid range. that game of basketball in terms of these high volume but low efficiency superstars or stars. That game has kind of passed by. You know what I mean? Carmelo Anthony in his later years was just not efficient for that type of basketball. I mean, for the basketball we have now. So he goes to OKC, doesn't work out. He goes to the Blazers after going to ESPN and kind of pouting about it, crying about it, whatever you want to call it. And, they gave him a chance. And I hope that this article is woefully wrong. I hope this article, because if you don't get in your head, Carmelo, you're no longer a premier starter in the league, especially on a team that still can get to the playoffs. Mind you, you could say that they need to break that team up with Dame and McCollum. One of those guys got to be traded or something. But Carmelo Anthony, you are a role player, and it's fine. There are a lot of great role players. First of all, you're a Hall of Famer regardless. But your later career, a latter part of career, which happens to almost everyone, you're a role player. There's certain guys like the Allen Iverson can never fit with that, and they retire earlier than they should. So I just hope that this is not a pitch for him to try to force way to New York, because, again, if we bring guys like Melo back, I mean, why did you get rid of Steve Mills? He could have done that. Leon Rose and this new regime, they have to – I mean, obviously, I believe they're going to, use analytics, obviously basketball guys too, the guys they picked up from Manning and Perrin and all these other guys, the guys picked from Utah and the 76ers, the guys I picked up from Kentucky. This seems like you're trying to build a team where there's a lot of development is involved, right? You try to find the rough diamonds, or diamonds in the rough, excuse me. You try to refine certain guys' games. You can't shoot the free throw line, not a good three-point shooter, not good off the ball, things of that nature, right? And I think you did well with getting Tom Thibodeau, even though I wasn't the biggest fan of him at first, and you got Mike Woodson there, right? You bring a guy like Melo, again, because of New York is a very divided on Melo. There's people who think that Melo is a god, and there's people that think that, he's a guy who's, maligned for most of his career here with the Knicks. And there's people just like, well, what did he do for us? He got rid of a bunch of players. I know people say the owner, but Melo had that leverage, and he used that leverage through the media, through his cronies, whatever it is, to say he forced away to the Nets. And so if he comes back to the Knicks, you don't want division in the locker room. You don't want your prized possession, R.J. Barrett, or even if you say Mitch is one of your core guys, whoever it may be, and whoever you draft, you don't want them in awe of a player like Melo and not fully listening to the coaching staff, not fully ingratiated with the message that the coaching staff is trying to give you. Because if Melo comes here, according to this article, he's going to want major minutes. Now, if Melo comes here and gets major minutes and he's inefficient, right? Are you going to take him off the court? Because there are going to be other players who be like, well, Melo's not playing well. Why is he playing so many minutes? You know what I mean? So, Melo, stay with the Blazers. I'm good on that whole Blazers thing, man. I'm good on that. So, to some other interesting news, the Knicks are reportedly interested, along with the Thunder, the Pistons, probably some other teams, interested in the Kentucky player by the name of Immanuel Quickley. The 6'4", it said on Sports Reference that he's 6'3", but whatever. 6'4" combo guard from Kentucky. Although he's not expected to be a top pick in a 2020 draft, they're saying that he's still catching eye of some franchise. According to a report by Forbes, the Knicks, Thunder, and Detroit Pistons all met with the Kentucky star at least 2 times recently. And they're saying that, he's expected to possibly picked out one of these teams that need a three-point shooter. So let me just give you the quick on Quickley. Oh, quick on Quickley. It's mad corny. Anyway, let me get to the scouting reports. I mean, I don't know much about him, so I'm not trying to act like, oh yeah, I've watched so much videos on Quickley. I haven't. So here's some strengths. According to hoopsprospects.com, I like to go to Stepien.com because I like their draft analysis. Like they give like shot charts and all that stuff. I love that type of stuff, but unfortunately, I don't think they don't have a breakdown on them. So let me just go through some strengths. So an efficient offensive player on high volume. Oh, first of all, let me go through his stats. I apologize for that. Let me just quickly go through his stats so we get some numbers on him. And hold on, I'm just getting to my sports reference tab. So last year, he's a sophomore. Last year, he averaged 16.1 points, played 30 games, 4.2 rebounds, 1.9 assists, 41.7% from the field, 42.8% from three. 92.3% from the free throw line. And this was all done off of 33 minutes a night, field goal attempts at 11 a game, 3-point attempts at 2.1, and a little bit more than that. And the usage rate was relatively high-ish, moderate, you want to call it, at 23.4%. That went up from his rookie year at 15.8%. So here's some scouting report notes on Quickley from hoopsprospects.com. And I apologize that I'm trying to get to it. So some of the strengths are that he's an efficient offensive player on high volume, averaged 1.07 points per possession for overall offense, which ranked 94th in the 94th percentile, with an adjusted field goal percentage of 51.2. Elite overall three-point shooter on high volume, 3-point percentage of 42.8% at 1.2 points per possession, 89th percentile, and adjusted field goal percentage of 60. Elite off the dribble jump shooter on a small sample size, though, 1.37 points per possession, which ranked in the 99th percentile, adjusted field goal percentage of 68%. Good catch and shoot offensive player at 1.04 points per possession. Elite free throw shooter, 92%. Efficient overall defensive player, allowed 0.7 points per possession, which ranked in the 85th percentile. And that's an opponent's adjusted field goal percentage of 36%, which is pretty good. Efficient pick and roll defender. Kent, are you listening? Efficient pick and roll defender, allowed 0.58 points per possession in the which ranked in the 80th percentile. Opponent's adjusted field goal percentage of 28%. And above average elite athlete. Wow, I read that totally wrong. Athlete in terms of speed, quickness, and vertical. Now, here's some of his weaknesses. An efficient score around the basket, 0.9% points per possession, which ranked 21st in the 21st percentile. An efficient playmaker for teammates, 56 assists, 1.87 per game to 48 turnovers for assist to ratio of 1.17. Though difficult to beat off the dribble, produces few impact plays on defense, 1.3 steals, and blocks combined per 40 minutes, undersized for wing. So essentially, he's everything that you see in a combo guard, right? And we've had combo guards before. I've just had Trey at 6'5". And one thing I'll say is that I did look at one of his stats. Now, they said that he's not that efficient at the rim, but one thing I definitely like about him is that his free throw attempt rate is at 47.1%. My guy Devin Vessel, who I went at 8, only had it at 22%. So he's drawing contact somehow. He's getting to the basket. He's aggressive, whatever it may be. He may not be totally adept at finishing at the rim, but you're talking about a guy who can take it to the basket and draw fouls. And I mean, at 92%, you want a shooter like that to get to the line. Now, he's a little undersized. They said that his wingspan is like 6'9". So at 6'3", that's pretty good. But at 6'3", 6'4", he is a little bit undersized. So I would not mind him. Again, I got to go through all my draft prospects. Again, I'm still working on my Carol Lewis video. Please give me time. I'm setting it up now. I got all the clips already loaded up. Even have clips of him when he played against Iowa State, even though I couldn't get the full game. But back to his Quickley guy. Now, at 6'3", 6'4", I would love a guy who come off the bench and provide that scoring punch, right? A guy, and again, a guy who's a good pick and roll defender. And one thing I like is that they put that, he doesn't produce with regards to, I guess, on-ball defense, right? But the thing about it is that, and I don't know where that number is. You also gotta break down how well his opponents scoring him, right? If his defensive field goal percentage is lower than their average field goal percentage, that's good, right? It's not all the time that you get steals or blocks. That's not necessarily the only indicator of good defense. Like, there are guys who are pickpocketers. Like, Allen Iverson was a pickpocketing player. Was he a great defensive player? No. But I believe at one time he's one of the leaders in steals. And steals, I'm not saying is bad, but it's good. It's good. But I'm just saying that you can't just go off of, his production off of defense. Look, if guys are shooting at a poor clip when they play against him, that's good. So we'll see. Now, according to NBA Draft Net, and I think this has to be updated. They said they updated this on September 16, 2020. Still looks a little outdated to me. So they have the Knicks picking Tyrese Halliburton at 8, and they have us picking Zeke Nnaji from Arizona at 27. I don't see that happening. Obviously, if you pick a guy like Tyrese Halliburton, I mean, he's probably most likely going to be a starting guard. But I can see a guy like this definitely going to us at 27 because they have this kid, the kid Quickley. They have the kid Quickley going to 33, going at 33 to Minnesota, right? And I can definitely say is look, this draft is weird. It's not the strongest, I don't believe. I think you're going to get a lot of role players, a lot of specialists, a lot of guys that you can integrate into the offense if you give them time to actually develop. A guy like Quickley, look, man, everybody likes a guy who can score. Everybody likes a guy who can score and score efficiently, especially from the three. With how the game is played, guys, there's more of an emphasis, especially with Tibbs. He says there's going to be more of an emphasis on a corner three, which obviously is not obviously, but it is the shortest three to the basket or the shortest three distance wise. So why not? Why not? I don't mind that at all. That'd be beautiful for us to get a guy like that. Again, look, I like Vassell. People talking about Terrell Terry. Terrell Terry. I'm gonna do a video on Terrell Terry after Kira because I'm tired of this. Oh man, Terrell Terry, man, we gotta get him. I watched him 6'3", 160. I mean, his game is nice, but we gotta be careful falling in love with guys who maybe a little undersized. I don't say undersized. People are gonna kill me for saying undersized, but he is underweight at 160, 6'3", 160. I mean, John Morant was 170, 180, 6'3". And people saying he had to bulk up. So I'm gonna do something to Terrell Terry so I could be sure that look, I'm watching all the game stuff. Because even the stuff with Carol Lewis, at first I was on him, and I was like, yeah, we gotta get him. Then I was like, So it's always good to watch videos and stuff like that. So Mark just said he's 175 now. Yeah, I know he can shoot. I mean, and you can have a high IQ. You can have all those things, but again, college level in basketball, if you don't have a certain athleticism to it, and I'm not saying that. Look, there's certain and people are like, oh, but dude's got. I'm not like Jokic doesn't have athleticism. He has size, and he's quick. He's twitchy as a big man. We can catch you off step. Like he has a high IQ, cerebral IQ. I'm not saying anything that Terrell Terry's not good. I'm just saying that I think there's a lot of hype, with this guy, and a lot of times, a lot of people all we do is watch the highlights. We do not watch the full tape. We don't analyze the full tape. Sometimes we just watch the highlights and we're enamored with the highlights and. A lot of guys who had great mixtapes, college mixtapes, even high school mixtapes, and you know what I'm saying? So I don't wish that on anybody, but we'll see about this Quickley guy. As a guy come off the bench, I mean, we had Trier, who for some reason, I mean, his first year he averaged 45, 44% from the field, and I thought that he was going to come in and be, at the very least, a combo guard who could score off the bench. And he did something to make the NBA mad at him or the Knicks at the very least would be mad at him because they did not want to touch him. Didn't play him. He'd come in. We'd be down by 20. He scored 11 straight points. And he won't get any consistent playing minutes. But Knox got consistent playing minutes. And Knox came and grabbed the ball without it going out of bounds. So it is what it is. I want to see how they utilize Quickley. Was Thibodeau there for Ben Gordon? For when Ben Gordon had those seasons where he was coming off the bench and scoring like 24 in a quarter? Because that's one way you can use him. Because Ben Gordon, I believe, was 6'3", 6'4". And if Quickley could come in and embrace that role, right? If he comes and embrace that role, and by the way, this is Ginger Beer. If Quickley comes in and embraces that role, you know what I'm saying? Now, because Terrell Terry may not be there at 27. So we'll see. He may not be there. But yeah, let's see what happens. So let's go some other stuff before I issue on the Jets. That's it for clutch points. So let's talk about these bum A Jets. Let's talk about these bum A Jets. And for anybody who wants to join, let's talk about these bum A Jets. It's obvious they're tanking for Trevor Lawrence because this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. They're not playing for the coach anymore. The GM was in. I think the GM is in on it, where he's holding his head down and that stuff. They're not playing for this guy anymore. And the Johnsons, as dumb as they are, because they're rich, they have this team. As dumb as they are, they need to wisen up really quickly and allow Joe Douglas to run this team. This is pathetic. You're 0-6. You lost that badly to your division rivals, the Dolphins. The Giants played the Washington Redskins, who almost came back. And granted enough, it wasn't this high-scoring affair, but for the simple fact that the Giants, who are still struggling with the O-line, still struggling with weapons, Who they got? Like what? Slayton, Barkley's out. Daniel Jones still had the moxie to make plays, and they won that team. Won that game. Adam Gase does not inspire anybody. Go back to, I believe it's the first quarter, because I was at the gym watching it. I ain't staying at home watching this crap. I was at the gym watching it, and I remember there was a play. Literally, Gase ran the same out route play to Perriman. 2 plays in a row, he ran the same play. 2 plays in a row, he ran the same play, bro. Adam Gase is the worst coach. He might be worse than Kotite, and Kotite was a buffoon. So I got my man Mark here. He's looking like he's looking like a 90s rapper with these twists in his hair, looking like somebody from Original Gun Clappers. I don't know what he's eating, but I'm gonna add him to the stream. What's up, Mark?
Oh no, bro.
How you doing, man? You got twists now? Is that the new style, man? That's it. You going bohemian now? Like, who you think you are, son? You're not from Brooklyn. You're from Queens, man. You got to get a fresh cut, bro. What is this, man?
I'm going with a new look, man. It is what it is.
Well, it's good, bro. How you doing, man? What you want to talk about, man? You want to talk about your boy Terrell Terry? You know what I like about Mark, bro? You know what I like about Mark before I let Mark go? This dude switches up on his love affair for prospects, bro. One day, this dude will say, yo, I'm in love with this player, bro. He'll scream I forgot what he said on MBK. Shout out to MBK. Go subscribe to MBK. So go subscribe to Front Stoop. Go subscribe to 3BL. Mark, I forgot who Mark was talking about. And this dude was like, yo, this dude is, we got to get him. But I'm like, yo, hold on, Mark. I forgot who it was. It wasn't Cole Anthony. Damn, I can't remember. And it wasn't Carol Lewis. I can't remember who it was. So who are the prospects that, given where we are now, that you are in love with? No, but Mark always said he liked Jay McDaniels. It wasn't Jay McDaniels. It was somebody else. Mark always said he liked Jay McDaniels. And Mark was the one that put me on Jay McDaniels. So, but at 8 and 27, who are you picking, Mark?
At 20, at 8, hold on. At 8, it depends on where everybody falls. That's the whole thing with this year's draft, because there's a couple of guys I would take in front of some other guys before taking other people that might land there. But it depends on where everybody's gonna go in a pecking order. And I feel like with this draft, Timberwolves talking about trading their first pick. Golden State talking about trading their second pick. So those 2 teams right there are a big factor. And what's so funny is that for some odd reason, I feel like LaMelo could really fall. He could really fall in this year's draft, bro.
You think LaMelo's going to fall? So, I mean, obviously, so at 1, Minnesota, you're set on them taking Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, but I heard they're trying to they want to trade. They want to trade because they want a veteran in there. They don't want a young player no more. Like, they want to, start winning games now.
With the Timberwolves, how many years does Cat have on that contract?
5 years. It just started. Next year would be. It will just start. It's 5-year contract. So,
sorry, give me 2 seconds. Keep talking. Let me just send this out to.
They looking to, try to win some games now to keep Cat happy. You wanna make sure your dudes start winning games, meaningful games. So they talking about trading out of that. Golden State, you know what they're looking for. They're trying to trade out. And just because you heard LaMelo signed that Puma deal that's nearly $100 million. I don't think Puma's giving him that money if he ain't
in New York or one of the big markets.
Yeah, it is the market for Puma.
But you also have to realize, like, one thing to dampen that, though, is that Puma's still trying to grow out their brand. So they might overpay for some prospect now just to steal the talent. But the thing that might give it credence is the fact that, I mean, it may have been, look, if LaMelo didn't have such a crazy father,
Yeah.
Well, actually, I like his father, but he is crazy. But if you have a crazy father who will probably force, because think about this, I think that he might be trying to, like they said that he only interviewed with 2 teams, right? But the father might be trying to force it so that like he's trying to agitate them to the point where it's like, look, let's just trade this pick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like don't draft me. But the thing that's hurting them is that the Warriors might be in on it and be like, look, okay, we'll trade this pick, but don't stop going to, because if you diminish the value of that pick, now other teams will know, oh, we get him on a discount because they're trying to trade it anyway. Versus a team might be desperate and be like, yo, we got to get LaMelo because the Warriors might take him. So they're probably, I think right now I think he's trying to position his son and be like just chill out. You know, oh no, he's trying to get son to basically agitate, and the Warriors might be saying like chill, because there's no way to move away from Curry. There's been no inclination that indicates that they're gonna move from Curry. They're not doing it in the near future. They already got rid of, or KD left. They didn't get rid of him, but KD left. They're still trying to salvage what they can from those 2 guys, despite the fact they're getting older. So they're definitely they're going to look for a pick. The only thing is that you have to give them something enticing, the Warriors, because I think that they may want a ready-made player now.
So this was crazy with the Warriors, because when you just look at the landscape of the league right now and just where the salary cap is going to be, where just financially wise, or just where a lot of teams can't really make moves right now until they find out what the cap is. But with Golden State, right?
I think it's 150. What was it? NBA.
It's 115. It's 115, but right now it's 109. It was supposed to go to 115, but it's at 109. They're saying it could drop to 90.
Yeah, I'm reading a report now on Yahoo. Yeah, they said it was initially projected to jump to 115 for 109, but yeah, you're right. It could drop to 94. Oh, no, sorry, it could drop to 90. My bad. That's not good. Well, and they messed it up. I mean, this season with all that woke stuff, I mean, they definitely destroyed some ratings.
What's so crazy is now, if that comes into play, that can leverage the Knicks if they talk to Golden State on draft night, because that's where everything's gonna happen on draft night. Everything's gonna happen on draft night when you talk about trades and moves, because teams, a lot of teams that's with contracts, with bad contracts, they're gonna be able to move on draft night, because you got some players that don't want to stay. You got some teams that want to move a contract. As a team like us, take a bad contract depending on the the player or the years that's on it. But Golden State at this point, they're also looking to shave money, because remember that second round pick is a $10 million plus that's a $10 million contract. So what they'll be doing, they'll be trading the second pick to even bring back a vet and a lottery pick. Because when we're picking at 8, remember that player is only gonna get paid like $3-4 million. So that's shaving money as they make moves. And people gotta forget, they also have a trade accepted for $17 million. So that's another play for them to get another play. They like Kelly Oubre, if they want to go, to the Phoenix and say, yo, here, we'll take him off your hands, such and such, we give you this, such and that. So I feel like even if they told LaMelo, which I doubt it, they would have to say, okay, Knicks, we're gonna draft LaMelo for you, such and such. But what I'm hearing, the Knicks would only have to give up the pick and Mitchell Robinson. And I'm thinking, listen, because I read another thing. Even with Mitch being here for the 2 years, bro, he's gonna get good. I'm not paying. If you're not an elite big, I'm not paying you significant money. That's where the problem goes. Because
the only thing I'll say though, The only thing I'll say though, and salute to Charles B.
Yeah.
On Sportscast. First of all, salute to everybody here in the chat, man. I appreciate it. I mean, it's Sunday. My Jets are terrible, so for all the Jets fans out there, salute to you coming on. But the only thing I'll say about that is that you think the Warriors. Now, here's your options. If all they wanted was Mitchell Robinson, you have to pay him. If that's all you want, I mean, you're giving up that pick. You have to pay him. Versus, you could just draft a guy like Wiseman at 3 or at 2. If that's all you wanted from Mitch, that's why I'm saying I think they want more than just Mitch, bro. I'd take a guy like Wiseman to have more years. He has a higher upside offensively. You know what I mean? Like I think they want more than Mitch, bro.
It's like this. They get it for their buck because with Mitch cap is 1.5, right? They still will get a young player at the 8th pick. So one they'll probably want. So it benefits them both because they still get a big man that can do things that they like, right? Because they're thinking about going to get Dwight Howard to bring. They're just looking for wings right now. Like when you just look at their roster, they're gonna look for guys that can shoot the ball and also play the wing position. So if they're shaving off $10 million, bringing in an active player, an active big man that could play off the bench, that could do some things, and that's shaving $6 million off their cap, but they also still have a $17 million exception. They could move the 8th and with that trade exception to go get a significant role player to bring in. So they could do so many things.
Bodega Wi-Fi said Wiseman's more expensive as a second pick. How's he more expensive? If you're talking about with regards to his trade, if you're talking about a big man, I have more years on him. He's more moldable. He has a higher. I'll even say he has a higher ceiling offensively now because we just haven't seen from Mitch. At least Wiseman has shown that he has different moves. He can shoot a little bit, or at least have that in him to do it. I'm just saying, and to real quick, Mark. Let me just say this to all the people. I'm gonna post my Devin Vessel scouting report right here. I'm tired of that narrative that Devin Vessel changed his shot so much. He was shooting like that in college, bro. It is check. If I'm leaving, check my video. If I'm lying, check my video. He literally shot like that in college. He shot all the way like that, and I literally point it as a positive because I point out like guys like Larry Bird. I even said when you have guys like Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson shot up here, but he shot a little bit more his fingertips. Devin Vessel shot like that in college. What I think it is, I think somebody is putting this out so he drops because they project him top 10. I think somebody wants him badly, so he drops. Trust me, he is not that video. I even commented on Twitter.
He's about to drop.
I'm telling you, they're doing this purposely so he drop. Guys, I might even do this so you guys give me cheap views or whatever. Go and check out my Devin Vessel video. You'll see it. Literally, go watch the Virginia game where I believe he scored like 27 points. He shot like 7 or 8 threes, right? He's literally, unless it's I've seen times from the wings where it's a little quicker or a little shorter. He literally does that the whole. I'm watching. I'm like, this is why I salute to all the NBA insiders. Salute to all the NBA snakes who put out the propaganda to make guys fall in the draft. I'm watching this. I'm like, bro, this is a setup. They're trying to ruin his name purposely so he could drop. I don't know who wants him, but someone wants him badly, and someone wants him badly below the 10 spot. At the very least, below the 10 spot. Because you wouldn't do this. You will hope maybe he drops. Whatever, maybe you hope the Knicks take a guy like a Koro or Keelan Hayes if he drops. But someone is doing this purposely so he could drop. So my bad, Mark. What do you want to say?
So let me ask you a question. Because we was in Sim Chat the other day, right? We was in the Sim Chat the other day talking about when the Knicks was saying they might move down, right? No, move down into the teens, right? So remember they said the Magic's is inquiring with Dennis Smith Jr., right? So I said, if they want him, right, I would take Aaron Gordon and I would take Markelle Fultz if they was trading him. I still think he has talent. And their 15 pick, and then we could go for anybody that's right there. I'll take Jaden McDaniels at 15. If that's the case. I would do. That's what I would do. But we had an argument about Julius Randle against Aaron Gordon. That's what I would do.
Oh, it's about to be on.
And these dudes are telling me that Julius Randle is better than him. That's what I would do.
Hold on. Yo, Charles B, can you turn down the video? Not your volume, but the video, because it's sounding like a playback.
You still hear it?
Mark, talk again.
You should hear it because I had two windows open when you
All right, I don't hear anymore. We good. Yo, this is from Free and I'm Freezy. I'm not stealing your time. This is from Knicks Twitter. This is one of one of my main adversaries on Knicks discussions on Sportscaster, Chuck B. AKA he has his boy Rick War in the chat as well too. These are two guys I'm going to war with. Rick War. I would like Rick War in here because I want to hear Mark's opinion because Rick War is in love with Killian Hayes. In love with this 28% from three shooter, by the way. And I'm just saying, James Sanchez just said McDaniels remind me of Knox. He does have motor issues, but he's not Knox. Knox has motor issues, focus issues, scoring outside of the system is predicated on him just being the primary target on offense issues. He has a lot. Does this guy need to play? Does this guy want to play basketball issues? Kevin Knox has a lot of issues. Jay McDaniels has some issues. He wasn't the most efficient. I think going to the basket, we watched some of his games. A lot of his shots or points to the basket, it'd be like him throwing himself and then he like throws it up. Not like in my form, but he'll throw it up and he needs to be more depth at the rim, build up his strength. I don't think he's Knox. I think he has higher value than Knox right now. But Chuck B, my bad, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just had to talk about that Jay McDaniels, whatever, man. But how do you feel? Well, first of all, how do you feel about Immanuel Quickley? Because there was a report that came out about the Knicks loving this kid, Immanuel Quickley from Kentucky, 6'4" guard, combo guard. He shoots the three really well. Free throw percentage 92%. Has a 6'9" wingspan, but he's only 6'3", 6'4". How do you feel about him? Like, do you think that he's a guy we take at 27?
27. 27 is a total. I think Mark froze.
Yo, Mark, you did? Oh, he probably froze. His internet goes in and out, so he probably be back.
Yeah, 20. You really can't expect much from 27. So
you can't.
Yeah, a 27. That's a crapshoot.
But you're talking about a guy who he's gonna come in and be. He's basically gonna come in and be Ben Gordon, what Ben Gordon was with the Bulls, right? Because Ben Gordon was 6'3", 6'4", came in, and I love Ben Gordon. When he used to come off the bench, he scored 24 points in one quarter, y'all. Ben Gordon was the truth. Now he went to the Pistons with that terrible. They're trying to remake the Pistons. Him, Charlie Villanueva, and then somebody else. And they get big contracts. That experiment flopped. But Ben Gordon on the Bulls, bro, I am telling you, that's one of my favorite role players to watch. Now
that's a.
Yo, Mike, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You kind of cut off. What'd you say?
You hear me now?
You kind of going in and out. You might have to hold the phone close to your face. They talk now?
My bad. You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
No, I'm saying Ben Gordon was a borderline all-star type player, bro.
That was my guy, man. It said Ben Gordon's number 3 overall in his draft. What was his draft? Let me see.
I think he was. I know he was he the lottery pick, top 10?
He said he's number 3, 2004. Oh, he was 2004. Was that Bogut? I think that was Bogut.
Yeah, he was.
Dwight Howard. My bad. Dwight Howard. Bogut was 2002, I think. Dwight Howard, Emeka Okafor, Ben Gordon, Sean Livingston.
I think that was the.
Yo, Mark, you got to put on your headphones, bro, because you cut in and out, man. You cut in and out. You say you're not getting Ben Gordon at 20. I don't listen to when anybody says you're not getting somebody at something. I don't care. All y'all people say that stuff, man. If you have good scouting, I'm not saying it happens every year.
Mm-hmm.
If you get good scouting, man. And when I'm saying Ben Gordon, I'm not saying Ben Gordon in his style of play. Ben Gordon was a tough scorer. I'm saying the role that he's going to play because a 6'3", 6'4", a shooting guard mentality and a 6'3", 6'4" guy is recipe for a combo guard. So he's probably not going to be
Terrell Terry.
Go ahead, my bad.
Terrell Terry. I'd rather move up from 27 a little bit. You don't like Terrell?
Oh my gosh. Yo, I swear, after Carol Lewis video I'm doing Terrell Terry. I'm tired. I gotta watch Terrell Terry to get this out of my, because I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of people mark everybody. Yo, Terrell Terry is the truth. And I'm watching highlights, which doesn't tell you the truth, the whole story, right? I'm watching this guy and I'm like, his college game is very nice to watch, right? He moves well off the ball. He's an adept shooter. But the lack of athleticism, if you do not have an offense that features him properly, he can struggle big time. That's what I'm saying. Now, obviously, he has to get bigger. And also, you can get, as you get older, your fast twitch muscles obviously go away, but you can get stronger, slightly more explosive just because of the muscle build, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be that. I'm not issuing Terrell Terry. I just feel like, do you feel that we're overing Terrell Terry? Just because of how weak this draft is? I think this is a weak draft, even though I think you find some good role players. Do you think that we're overrating Terrell Terry?
No,
a little bit?
No. As far as shooting and his ability to get his shot off, he's real twitchy. He's not overly fast.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Curry getting his shot off. Terrell Terry.
He plays more off of like your missteps, right? Like he's not the quickest guy, or like he's not like gonna cross you, but he plays like basically off your missteps. Like Curry, when you watch Curry play, Curry's not the fastest or quickest. Yes. But one thing I like about Curry, especially prime Curry before he keeps getting hurt, is that he'll keep up his dribble and he'll dribble around. It may not even get past you, but him and Chris Paul, they're the best. I think they're two of the best, at least now in the league, where they catch you off your missteps. So once and they know that a lot of people in the NBA don't play a good defense. So they know that your hips are off. They're playing you off your hips. They're playing off your bad footing. So if that's the case with Terrell Terry, look, I owe it to Terrell Terry, even though he probably doesn't give a damn. I owe it to Terrell Terry to watch his game and give him a fair assessment. I just feel like he's being a little bit overvalued or overrated in a sense. And D. Grant, Terrell Terry is a good shooter in college, but he has low IQ, plays no defense. He'll get lost in game if he's not shooting it. Woo! But someone else said he had good IQ. I think that was Rick Ward. By the way, Rick Ward is another dude on Sportscast, not just on Sportscast, but one obviously I guess you call it Knicks Twitter, or I don't know, it's a bunch of guys just always arguing. I met him from Freezy's show. Again, go check out Freezy's show on Sportscaster. And also check out his Blarn's Tears. Freezy has like 30 channels and 30 names. It's due to CIA, but go support Big Freezy. Hopefully he comes in here a little bit later. But I would like to see one of you guys debate on Terrell Terry, man. I wish D. Grant would come in here. I sent the link out, D. Grant. If you want to come in here, I'll send it again. I wish Rick Ward would come in here too. Terrell Terry broke a record for a basketball IQ test given by teams. Hey, yo, Rick Ward, D. Grant, Rick Ward's calling you out, man. I'm just saying, man. You say he's a low IQ player. Do you assess him as you obviously don't assess him as a low IQ player, right? I know Stanford, everybody's smart, whatever, but is he? I gotta put it. He's not really in the facilitator mode, right? He's more of a scoring shooting guard, correct?
Yeah.
And because I'm just thinking, I don't want the Knicks to be disillusioned. Like, we take a guy like Terrell Terry. Say we can't get Killian Hayes, like how Rick Ward wants him so badly. You can't get a guy like Killian Hayes. Say you don't pick Carol Lewis. Terrell Terry's not. He can't be a lead guard.
Oh no, we're gonna get LaMelo. We're getting LaMelo.
We were just talking about that too, man. We were just talking about that too. I want Cade Cunningham, but I got killed by Rick Ward. Like, yo, you're not gonna get Cade. I watched Cade Cunningham, and I hate this about high school games, man. I hate it because sometimes I feel like you play out of position just because like you're so good, you have the ball in your hands so much. I think that it gets the story. Once you get to college, you play with more talent around you. But I like Cade Cunningham's game.
Me too.
I just feel like a guy like, does Terrell Terry, does he remind you of like Fred VanVleet?
He remind me of Curry.
He remind you of Curry. Damn, that's he got someone say he got whoa, who's Mark? Whoa, when you talk about Brandon Roy, let's have some respect on Brandon Roy's name, man. That Blazers team.
Mm-hmm.
I followed them. Him, Travis Outlaw, Rudy Fernandez, Mattel. What was that guy's name? I always confuse him with Mateen Cleaves, but that's not him. He's a bald-headed dude. Oh, I can't remember his damn name. And then they drafted Greg Oden. They're supposed to draft Kevin Durant. Brandon Roy, that was my guy. And so if you saying Terrell Terry's Brandon Roy, I don't know about that. Brandon Roy was a tough scorer, man. He was come on, put some respect on Brandon Roy's name, man. But Terrell Terry isn't. I don't know this draft. I'm trying to see what Thibodeau would like, in regards to obviously he wants shooting because he said he wants more. He wants to get his guys maybe to shoot the corner three, which is shortest to the basket. Obviously, it's going to be more off ball. Basketball, I think he does want a guard who can penetrate. Is Terrell Terry? From the highlights I've seen, I don't see Terrell Terry penetrating against tough defenses. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But all my highlights of him was off ball, really good shooting off the dribble, creating a little space here and there. But I didn't see that tough cutting into the heart of defense, dishing it out to the perimeter. I didn't see that. Was that his game at Stanford?
Well, I saw the same videos you saw then, because I watched the highlights and a couple of highlight videos and everything I saw was him being able to get his shot off without a pick, just one-on-one.
Yo, Rick Ward, you hear that? Without a pick. You hear that, Rick Ward? Rick Ward loves Killian. If you watch Killian Hayes, his highlights, 90% of them, it's off of a pick. Either pick and roll, pick pop, or not pick pop, but a guy moves away. This dude loves Killian Hayes, swears by him.
That's Frank. Everything's a pick.
But hold on. See, this is what I don't like. By the way, Knicks Twitter is like I could wake up at like 6 a.m. and dudes are still arguing about the same thing with the Knicks. So
try to warn you.
Bro, it's fun though. I like it. You can rest. You can come back. It's beautiful. It's warm. I love it. But this is one thing I don't like. Now, Killian Hayes, obviously, I read off a stats, Rick Ward. I believe he shot 42% from three. What was it? Was it on dribble? It was a pretty impressive stat. And the scout report I read was that he loves the step back jumper. And I'll give it to Rick Ward. He can create a little space. Now, his shot when he creates a space, when I'm talking about ISO, he has to improve that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are many times he'll get the space. And playing in Germany, I'm sorry, some of these defenders I'm seeing playing on him, I'm like, all right, that dude belongs in he's not NBA material. Not to say issue on him, but he's just not an NBA defender. Now, Terrell Terry's going to run across a lot of guys who can defend NBA as well. But against even the medium to good team or mediocre or middle to good teams defensively, they're going to play Killian Hayes a lot tougher than that. So that's what I was trying to say to Rick Ward is like, if we're going to praise him for that step back and say, hey, we like, I'm not getting on Rick Ward. I'm only joking with Rick Ward because I know that's his guy, but you have to be able to shoot that at in a depth clip when you're playing against weaker competition. That will be to be like, all right, even if he comes to NBA, say percentage points efficiency wise drops off maybe by 2 to 3%. Is like, all right, you take that and he slowly builds that up as you get acclimated. The Knicks have to be patient with Killian Hayes, probably just as patient. Well, no, probably a little less patient, but patient period with Killian Hayes. If he comes to the Knicks, a guy who shot 28% from three, a guy who needs to pick and roll a lot. I think he needs to pick and roll a lot. I've seen it. He needs it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? You can predicate your offense having a lot of high pick and roll. I mean, D'Antoni was doing it for years before he came to the Rockets, and they just gave it to Harden. So I'm not issuing Killian Hayes, but I feel like I'm not sure if the next point guard we take, you say no Kate Cunningham next year. Even if we're crappy, is like we're going to build around this guy. We're not going to take a Kate Cunningham, even if he's available. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if Killian Hayes is that type of guard where it's like you do that. You put all your eggs in one basket and say, we're going to develop this guy for the next 2-3 years. We don't want any distraction. We don't want some new guy coming in and his confidence falls. Because I'm sorry, man. I'm falling in love with Kate Cunningham's game, man. That boy might be the truth next year. And Rick Ward did point out something good, that next year's draft is not as guard heavy. As I thought it was initially guard heavy, but it's not. It's not as guard heavy. So if you could take a guy like Kate Cunningham, or you're hoping for him, can't really hope for him, but you got to be lucky or extremely bad and hope that obviously, the mechanism now is not based on bad periods or bad records. You better hope he falls. But Cade Cunningham, and someone's saying don't sleep on Halliburton. I'm not sleeping on Halliburton, bro. I'll give it Halliburton, bro. This dude, and I'm sorry for overtalking. If you guys got anything to talk about, please cut me off, whatever. But Halliburton, he shut down Kara Lewis. Kara Lewis didn't do nothing against Halliburton.
Camo, you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Halliburton is at least in college, he got the length. I love his positioning on Mark. My bad, coach. His position on defense, Halliburton, the way he's playing Kara Lewis. And one thing about Kara Lewis, right? When he plays against slow defenses or defenses that are not set, and that's one thing I have in my video, he could burn you. But his moves, he's inconsistent with stop and start play, right? He has to develop that because when he drives a basket, sometimes when he's in that step and he still has a dribble, he doesn't stop and start. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just go at it. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead. I'm over talking, so please go ahead. Cut me off.
He's not a great finisher at the basket because of his speed when he gets going, and sometimes when he gets to the basket, he out of layups. With him, when he gets to the NBA, he's gonna be a bench. He's gonna be one of those bench starters. Like that's what his game is like. To be a full-time point guard, you would have to see. But for right now, if he get drafted anywhere, he's gonna be a bench player, but he's gonna be really, really good. Now, Gammo, that Caden Cunningham dude, that is like, I'm telling you, he has Brandon Roy's approach to the game where
you were saying he was better.
He's not dominant with the ball. He's a two guard. He can play point, but he's a two guard. But this is the kid that can impact the game without having to score 30 points. Just him being on the floor, the way how he attacks teams with his passing, the dude could run the floor. I think this is a bona fide star wherever he goes. But if the Knicks are in the lottery next year again, I'm taking him without a doubt. I don't think there's no, even with that Jalen Green kid is going to be a bona fide scorer.
Yeah.
You talk about an all-around package, that Caden Cunningham just brings something different. It's like you feel so confident with him on the floor. He's going to make the right pass every time. His game is just, I think when he can get better, he's not going to have a lot of weakness. He's not going to have a lot of weakness in his game. He's a big 7 guard. He could play off and on. And like, I remember we was talking about it. If we was able to draft LaMelo, having Caden Cunningham at the 2 guard would have been. You want to have guards that could and dribble, and I think they both could play. They both could cut off each other. Because LaMelo has a lot to his game that people don't pay attention. He can play off the ball a lot, bro. But because he's playing overseas, he had the ball in his hand. But if you watch, you know how to cut. You know how to play the game. You know how to play the game. He's gonna have his pains in the league. But I don't worry about that because he has a coach that's gonna nip those shits in the butt. So that's why I'm not too worried about him.
Mm-hmm. So,
Mark,
you definitely gotta fix your internet. Yo, Mark, you gotta fix your internet because you mad choppy. I can hear you though, but you mad choppy, bro. Someone said they gotta. Yo, stop drinking lean, man. What you drinking, bro? Stop drinking that lean, man. I'm only joking. Mark is not drinking lean for any cops or anybody watching. I'm not joking. But yeah, this guy, someone just and shout out to D Grant. D Grant just said that he lives in Atlanta. And he said that Kara Lewis is not what we need. I mean, I'm not convinced by Kara Lewis. One of his issues that he definitely utilizes, like he definitely relies on his athleticism to facilitate. Whenever I see that, I get scared. Like that just reminds me of Westbrook, where literally, and even just to make simple passes, right? Sometimes he has to jump and leave his feet, and I hate that. Walt Clyde Frazier put that in my brain. Once he put that in my brain, I was thinking it was in high school. And it all clicked to me. It's like, yo, I always see point guards, like a lot of turnovers happens where they pick up their dribble and they do that little jump pass. Now, obviously, guys like LeBron James, he got the He got a little help, allegedly. But LeBron James is always powerful. He could do that. But a lot of these players in the league, man, like he'll drive. I seen Carol Lewis a lot of games. He would drive into traps. He's just not a. He would be better. Like he would be better from the CP3 treatment, like SGA got. You play behind a premier point guard. You learn nuances of the game, how to trap guys on a hit when you're driving into the foul line. And this dude does not utilize his mid range. Like I've seen him take better mid range shots his rookie year than I did his second year. Like I see him take floaters from the foul line. I'm like, dogs, like, man, set up and just shoot the shot. Like, why would you take a float like dogs? Like I don't know what it is. But Carol Lewis, man, look, if Carol Lewis, he's not gonna do that. But if he lasts the second round, maybe take him. But I don't know, man. He's not gonna last. He's not gonna last the second round. He's not lasting the second round. I'm just saying I want to stay clear away from that. But damn, when I watched that Halliburton game, because I was high on Halliburton coming in.
I used to be.
So all right. So what message? Halliburton don't got a mid range either. He cannot shoot a mid range. But damn, his defense. People kill me because they say I'm a Frank lover. It's not that I love Frank like that over. It's just that when I watch good backcourt perimeter defense, right? You can get easier. You get steals. You make the game a lot easier when you could generate steals, play the passing lanes. I've watched the Celtics when they had James Posey and Tony Allen. Like, yes, they had those three guys. They had Rondo, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and KG. But that they only won one championship. And honestly, once James Posey and Tony Allen were no longer in the picture, they kind of, they lost that defensive aggressiveness. You know what I'm saying? When I'd watch Halliburton, and I understand people say to Frank, I watch Halliburton, like when he shut down Carol Lewis, it wasn't even just hit. It was like the defensive stances, knowing that, all right, Carol Lewis has the baseline. I know he likes to do the little crossover to his right? And Halliburton got over the pick and played it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is chess. This is not checkers, bro. Halliburton is I'm telling you, Halliburton might come into this league be an elite defender for 10, 15 years or however long he plays, bro. Like, it's like a cerebral intelligence to his game, man. What made you fall off Halliburton, man?
To me, he's a great passer. I had him as like neck and neck with LaMelo. It's a great passer, but
shot around 40% from three. Go on.
The ability to beat his man and get that pass off.
That is an issue. That is an issue.
That's it.
He has a very, I believe. Yeah, Sim brought pointed this out. That he does have a high dribble, which is not good. Thing that's gonna hurt him in the NBA is that if you don't have a mid-range shot, literally when you drive to the basket, I know what you're doing, right? You're either gonna go for a layup, and there's no change of pace to his drive, right? Damn, but I have a sick feeling, right? Halliburton's gonna fall, go to a team. Well, they already have DeJounte Murray and the other dude, but he'll go to a team like the Spurs or like maybe not the Spurs, maybe like Toronto. Right, especially if they lose Van Vliet, and you have him harassing players. Kyle Lowry's getting up there in age, but Kyle Lowry's still an aggressive guard. If you have Halliburton playing off Kyle Lowry, and the guy, yes, he has a weird shot. SGA has a weird shot too, but the kid is shooting 40% from three, so something's working with his ugly ass shot. If he's able to do that with that Toronto team with that size, OG Anunoby, Boucher, I always get his name wrong. Was it Chris Boucher? And even Pascal Siakam, bro. This draft is so weird. It's like if you had this is why I'm scared about the Knicks, that we don't have our. I just want to know what our philosophy is, because that will help me out. I've seen people say Obi Toppin is that's not a Knicks player. Even if he drops, he's not a Knicks player. Obi Toppin, y'all talk about Julius Randle playing defense, bro. I saw Obi Toppin literally do top of the key, right? He's in front of his guy. His guy literally did a normal drive, no pick, nothing. Normal drive to the basket, said, boom, and just drove. And Obi Toppin, literally guy's hair, and Obi Toppin finally turned his hip. Obi Toppin, no. That is not a Thibodeau guy. That's Julius Randle. If you made him probably better on the ball, obviously a better shooter. but worse defense. We don't need that for the Knicks. But damn, sorry. Are you a Jet fan, Giant fan?
Cowboys.
Oh,
Better.
Damn. You had a bye week? No, they have a bye week.
No, we play tomorrow.
Right? Yeah, because I got what's the name playing my boy CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is eating. My boy CeeDee Lamb, but unfortunately Dak is out, man. Mm-hmm. What the hell is with that Cowboy? Your defense is Trizash.
That's for now.
That's for what do you mean? Who's gonna step up?
Randy Gregory coming back.
1 year suspension. Randy Gregory's coming. Even though I think
next week.
So y'all got on that line. Y'all got Randy Gregory. Y'all got Van Der Esch. Isn't Van Der Esch out? He got hurt too, right?
He's been hurt. So when we get him back,
he's hoping for Sean Lee to come back. He's hoping for Sean Lee to come back from his 100th injury that kept him out. Yo, Cowboys to me, man. I don't hate the Cowboys because I'm a Jets fan. So, I mean, bro, we had our first down in the fourth quarter. And salute to the Knicks Twitter thread, man. They were the Jets are so putridly bad, man. But Dak, back to Dak, man. Now y'all want a franchise. Y'all did Dak wrong, bro. This dude he was throwing 400, 500 yards a game for his first 3-4 games. How many games he played before he got hurt?
He won it 4 years. We tried to give him 5. So it wasn't about the money. It was about the years. He wanted to be a free agent sooner so he could get more money. So he was thinking ahead. So he wanted a shorter contract. See what I'm saying? We offered him 5 years. He wanted 4. So he was turning down 5 years.
But y'all can't. Y'all not losing. Y'all not, because the NFC East is open. The NFC East is trash. Y'all, it's open. So
Dalton is good, though. Dalton is good.
For a quarterback.
No, Dalton is good.
Who? What?
Andy Dalton.
I'm sorry. You said I know Andy Dalton. You said he's what?
He's good.
What?
He's good.
How? In what way? Like
he's been in the playoffs. He just ain't win no games out there with Cincinnati.
I'll give it to him. That pass of Gallup. That was oh my. The Cowboys. You know what? I'm about to become a Cowboy hater, bro. Y'all got so many effing weapons, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So many weapons, bro. I prayed Sam Darnold would have something like the Cow. Y'all got Michael Gallup. Y'all got Ezekiel Elliott. Y'all got CeeDee Lamb. Y'all people forget about Amari Cooper's on the effing team. Oh my gosh! I mean, Tyron Smith is out. Your line is out. So
yeah. Line is all messed up.
So I mean, I understand that, but oh my gosh, Cowboys got a sexy offense, man. I can't even lie, man. But my Jets, man. Hopefully, Adam Gase is not gonna get fired. Obviously, we tank it for Lawrence. I just want to switch it up for any Giants fans. Salute to the Giants for winning because we need you guys to do that. Atlanta won as well too. So now you guys are out of the tankathon. We're going for Trevor Lawrence. This boy threw 5 touchdowns. It was against Georgia Tech yesterday, or was it Georgia Tech, I believe, or some bum team. 5 touchdowns in the first half. So salute to that. My Jets, because we are red ass, bro. Our defense is like. I don't know. I watch the games to just basically. It's like masochism. Like it feels like I was rooting for Fitzpatrick to like hurt us. Like this is how bad the Jets are. The Dolphins didn't have a first down, I think, until the fourth quarter as well, and they were still beating us 24-0. Son, like, somebody got a question, Darel. I got a question. Jets probably gonna get Trevor Lawrence. Of course, and I put money on it. Sam Darnold, he's probably milking that shoulder injury, which he should, because you're playing for an inept team. These are the teams I'm telling you. If Sam Darnold goes to any of these teams, he's gonna kill. Indianapolis, Frank Reich. I got a lot of love for Frank Reich. How you make sure that O-line. He met Andrew Luck at the wrong time. If Andrew Luck was drafted with Frank Reich in that new regime, Andrew Luck would still be playing because they made sure they got guys like Quinn Nelson. They made sure that O-line was shored up, and they basically protected him. And obviously, they got guys like Paris Campbell from Ohio State. They still got T.Y. Hilton. They got is it Jonathan Taylor, the running back? I got him on one of my fantasy teams. Taylor. They got they got Mo Alley Cox, the tight end. They got weapons around him. The team I think he's going to kill on. If he goes to this team, he's going to kill. If he goes to the Steelers, Darnold goes to the Steelers. Mike Tomlin. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Patriots.
If he goes to the Patriots, I'm scared, bro. But you know what I think the Patriots are going to do, bro? I think they're going to go back after Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo's losing favor with the 40. Bro, Jimmy Garoppolo with that Patriots team, bro. But that Patriots team is nice. You say, but it's on the 49ers. Even though, look, you got weapons there too. Kyle Shanahan's a good coach. I don't know what's happening. I think Jimmy Garoppolo, he needs to go back home to his Patriots. But if Sam Darnold goes to – now, someone says Sam Darnold's an interception machine, right? Let me help you guys out. His first year, he looked good with the USC. His second year with USC, he lost Juju Smith-Schuster. He only had Ronald Jones. And Ronald Jones took time to actually be good on the Tampa Bay Bucks. And that's where all those weapons now they got in Tampa Bay Bucks. He had no weapons that last year at USC. Comes to the Jets, they have nobody. They only had Jeremy Bates. Chris Herndon, who used to be good, he was good his rookie year. I don't know what happened. And really poor wide receiver options. You know what I'm saying? Second year, you have Adam Gase comes in. The kid was sick. They played a soft schedule, went 6-2 the last 8 games. It was a soft-ass schedule. Adam Gase is a horizontal guy. Sam Darnold is more of a vertical guy. Likes to extend the field, get the tight end in space, get wide receivers out in space. Cutting in slants, inside routes, all that. He likes guys to basically expand the field vertically, right? Levels with your tight end comes in, runs that deep in route and that stuff. Adam Gase is not a coach, bro. You had freaking Le'Veon Bell. I don't care what no one says. Le'Veon Bell before he came is just one of the best running backs in the game. Obviously, still had a great O-line, but one of the best running backs in the game to read defenses. Adam Gase basically just want to run the zone plays, run up the middle, 4 or 5 yards, Frank Gore, head down and bully guys, bully the O-line. That's his type of game. Gase is a terrible coach. Sam Darnold, I'm telling you, find him, allow him to control his game. Yes, he has to be careful with interceptions, throw up the back foot. A lot of these bad things, a lot of these bad habits, it's because of him and also extension of bad coaching. Go look at Patrick Mahomes when he's at Texas Tech. This is why Patrick Mahomes didn't go number 1. His scouting report literally read he has some of the worst football mechanics ever. Like, it's some of the worst. In Texas Tech, they don't give a damn. They throw the ball 100 times a game, run up the score, whatever. No one knew Patrick Mahomes was going to be this good, but it was Andy Reid who saw him as like, look, we can slowly transition him behind Alex Smith, and they worked on those flaws. And Patrick Mahomes, as much as I like him, even at college, yes, he was throwing touchdowns. If he'd be throwing on his back foot, he wouldn't be stepping into throws. He had a cannon arm. He had a great arm, had good read, but Andy Reid slowly brought him in. If Patrick Mahomes was on the Jets, he'd be a bust. Trust, I'm telling you, the Jets suck. So Sam Darnold, if he goes to another team, I think he'd be good on him. And who he kind of reminds, he doesn't remind me of, but they do a lot of rollouts. They have him throw out a lot of space to get out of pocket sometimes just because of his height. The Saints. If he goes to the Saints, bro, you're talking about Alvin Kamara, who I think is one of the best running backs. By the way, I had to say Derrick Henry, I think it might be the best running back in the game, bro. He might be the best running back in the game, man.
It's him and Zeke. They're right there.
Oh, of course, he's a Cowboys fan. So, this dude, he's a homer. He's a homer for any Zeke.
Never a homer.
You're not a homer for the Cowboys. You said, hold up, guys, please. Somebody. And by the way, thank you, Shane. Shane knows let me show you the delusion of people in America. Shane knows from DC, and he's a Dolphins fan. What part of DC connects with Miami in any way? Salute to Cheyuno. Go visit. He's saying Jesse, he's a Miami fan. He gave us Gase. But back to this running back, what's saying? Derrick Henry, bro. Come on. Thank you, Simmer Singh. Thank you. Derrick Henry is a truck. And but he is Derrick Henry is a truck who for some reason could get to the second levels and literally turn. He had an 84-yard touchdown today or something like that. Derrick Henry's the best run. Thank you. Everybody's saying Derrick Henry, bro. He's a Cowboys fan, so he's gonna say Zeke. And don't get me wrong, Zeke has had a few good games. So I had Zeke in my fantasy last year, and I think it was last year or the year before, and he hurt me. He was not as good as he was his. So this is his third year, right? Yeah, he wasn't as good as his rookie year when I picked him. That was his second year. So I was pissed having Zeke, even though he said, he was good. Zeke is good. Don't get me wrong, but Derrick Henry's on another level, bro. He's on another. And by the way, Titans, they got another former Gase player, Ryan Tannehill, who's putting up, Pro Bowl level numbers. You know what I'm saying? Adam Gase is the worst coach in the effing league, y'all. Y'all don't understand the stress I go through. So like, the euphoria I had as a Jet, 2009, 2011, son. Like, I still remember to this day. I don't know if he's watching. Our boy Mike Shee, shout out to Mike Shee. He's actually coming back to New York. I remember his wife, his now wife, back then was his girlfriend. Now wife, she's a diehard New England fan. She's from New England, all that corny crap. She was crying, and I said, I just want to. I didn't mean this in any sexual way. I said this after the win versus the Patriots in 2011, the playoffs, and I said, I just want to lick your tears. And even her husband's like, yeah, I think you should. Like, she was. It was the greatest time of my life. I came home to watch Bart Scott talking to Sal Vaki. What that guy is, the dude on ESPN, talking the can't wait. Yo, bro, I miss the Jets going to the playoffs. I miss Mike LaDainian Tomlinson catching the ball, a freaking beautiful out route to the corner of the. I can't take this as a Jets fan. So Trevor Lawrence, man, once you come in, salute to you. Hold up, Jets traded what? Oh crap! Jets are making trades now. Oh crap! It's in.
Oh yeah, that was an hour ago. And incarcerated Bob, he backed up somebody else's tweet.
He said the same thing that we traded.
Yeah.
Yo, people killing for Bieniemy. Look, let me say something about Bieniemy, right? I want to give as many opportunities to black coaches in the NFL, but we got to give it to coaches that we're truly convinced of, right? So Eric Bieniemy, right? He's playing with Andy Reid, who's one of the greatest offensive minds, period. It's hard for me to discern how good Eric Bieniemy is because he's playing with a great quarterback, already a great coach, and a whole bunch of weapons. Now, they did say that Eric Bieniemy does call certain plays, but Eric Bieniemy interviewed with the Jets 2 years ago, I believe. He also interviewed with a few other teams, and no one picked him up. So I'm not saying he hasn't grown. I want to put – so there are a few coaching candidates I want. Brian Daboll or DeBall, how you pronounce his name, from Buffalo. The way they put Josh Allen was an under 60% accuracy thrower at Wyoming. Josh Allen, outside of last game, he had like 3 interceptions. Josh Allen is slowly coming in that top 12, maybe top 10 quarterbacks in the game. The guy has a good arm. Now he's using his legs correctly. He's accurate in the intermediate space. And they put weapons around this guy. You trade for Stephon Diggs. You still got John Brown. You got Knox as a tight end. You got Singletary and you got Zach Moss. They put weapons around it. They did the right thing. And I think Brian Daboll has built the team to his strengths. That's what you want an offensive coordinator. And a coach. Another guy that I like Greg Roman. Zeus with the 49ers. I believe he was with the Bills at one point too, but now he's with the Ravens. And you see what they're doing with Lamar Jackson. It's not just the fact – I'm not talking about just using him to run and having the 2-3 running backs, Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins. I think there's another dude too. They're also slowly transitioning Lamar Jackson to still be a quarterback who's going to throw within the pocket. That's going to make him a lot very dangerous. I believe his issue last year – the past years that he struggles with throwing outside the numbers. I remember at Louisville, that was an issue. And with the Ravens, that was also an issue. That's why the Titans were able to shut him down last year. He struggles with that, but they're slowly trying to bring him along. That's what you want from a coach. A guy is going to work to your quarterback's strengths and slowly work on his weaknesses as he goes along. And another guy I like too, Stefanski from the Packers, that he's worked with. He's under Matt LaFleur as an OC. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is a beast, right? But they're basically saying that Stefanski is the next it guy. Some of the calls he's been playing. Obviously, they got destroyed today by Tampa Bay. But Tampa Bay, I believe, has like the number 1 defense. So, I mean, you're not going to – Tampa Bay was disgusting today. Yeah. And from the college ranks, give me Matt Campbell from Iowa State. You're not going to get Lincoln Riley. You're probably not going to get damn, there's another dude I was just thinking about from college. Dabo Sweeney. He's not going to leave Clemson. There's no way. Maybe if we get Trevor Lawrence, maybe might think about it, but I think that he's comfy in college. But bro, man, like shout out to all the teams that actually have real coaches. Shout out even to the Cowboys. I know people don't like Mike McCarthy, but he had your offense looking good. It means your defense that sucks. But.
Well, y'all got to fix your line before you think about Trevor Lawrence because you can't protect them.
So here's the thing. You got that kid from Oregon, Panay Sewell, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Left tackle, he's a beast. Now, Mekhi Becton, before he got hurt, was beasting. But you are right. Our offensive line is offensive, bro. Like, George Fent was actually there. George Fent, before he got hurt, was actually doing a good job on the right side. But our offensive line is terrible, right? Now, this is a – people –
You don't got no weapons either. You don't got no receivers. You have nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. We're throwing a Brashard Perriman. Our best receiver is Jamison Crowder, who is killing it, but he's killing it because also there's a lot of volume going to him, right? Mm-hmm. He's a slot receiver. Like, we're running a 37-year-old Frank Gore. Like, suits of Frank Gore, but Frank Gore, please retire, bro. I don't want to see you look like Earl Campbell. Like, I'm not even joking. Earl Campbell, whenever I watch him, and he's like, they bring him out for the first game of the Texas Longhorns, whatever the first game. He's on us like, it hurts me, man. Running backs do not age well. Frank Gore, please retire. You're playing for Adam Gase.
Mm-hmm.
He's trash. I don't know. I don't even know how to put like trash. It's just like
Frank.
Yeah. Wow. You know what? He caught me. All right, back to basketball. I don't like this Frank slander, right? So I'm in a war with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a war with Charles B. I'm in a war. I think Freezy likes Frank. I might be wrong. No, he doesn't like Frank. And Rick Ward, if he's still in here, they don't like Frank. I don't like this slander. This will be the last thing, because I know people gotta go out and do the thing. I don't like this slander on Frank. Now, Rick Ward was in here earlier, and he talks about all this crap about Killian Hayes, and Killian Hayes needs a lot of development as well. But every time Frank has had no, let me not say that. Frank has had poor coaching, terrible help in terms of playing to his strengths. I think he should be more in the post. I think he needs a lot more pick and roll, get him out in space, not the dribble, handoff at the half court like they've done for the past I don't know how many years, and play to his strengths defensively. I'm not saying he should start, but if you can fashion Frank as a Tony Allen type, I'm talking about even just come off the bench. I'm not talking about starting, and work on his 3-point percentage, get him in the corner a lot more. I believe someone said, it might be Rick Ward, I'm not sure who said it, but they said he improved his threes somewhere.
Corner. They said his corner threes is like 50%.
I'm telling you.
That's one a month. What difference? That's worse than mid 74%. That's what.
Wait, is that below average of 50 from the corner? I don't know what the
from the corner.
No, but I'm saying so that's below average for all corner threes. That 50%.
Oh, no, it's not below average. But I'm saying the amount of times he get to do it.
Oh, all right, the attempts, right? Yeah. I mean, fair enough. But if you put like this, right? Because everybody sits here and says Marcus Smart, right? And I meant below average for that position. I guess be the 1 or 2 guard, right? I don't have the numbers, but Charles B is very knowledgeable and stuff. So that's what I was asking about. But if you have a guy like Thibodeau who values the defense, and you have a guy like Frank Ntilikina who play that Tony Allen-ish role off the bench, right? Come in, harass other team second units, create easy points to the basket, fast breaks, work on his threes, right? You don't have to go out and overpay for Marcus Smart type. I'm not saying that we would, but if we were thinking about it, right? Why, what is it? I see no potential in Frank. Because some of y'all praise Knox. Do you praise Knox?
No, Knox is terrible too.
Okay, all right, good. Thank God. So you don't see no potential in Frank?
No potential. And when you say get him in space, right?
Uh-huh.
How do you get somebody in space that
I see. I mean, go ahead. My bad.
How do you get somebody in space that needs that you have to bring somebody to free him up? That's creating traffic right there because he can't move without a pick.
No, right. So I meant to say get him out in space. So sorry, I wrong terminology. Create the space. No, I'm saying so if he has a ball in his hands, create the space. He can using that big pick, and then have him in the pick and roll with a guy like Mitch, who he does have a good rapport with, whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. Frank, when he does drive into the heart of defense, he has that good rapport with Frank. With Mitchell Robinson. So why not have that? You're gonna do the same to Killian Hayes?
Yeah, but Killian Hayes is a threat to go to the basket. Frank don't go to the basket off that pick and roll. Frank pulls up for the 10, 15 footer every time. He don't even pass off the pick and roll. Once in a blue, he shoot way more than he pass, like 5-1. When you do the pick and roll for him, he's taking that short jumper every time. You never see him finish at the rim.
Yeah, he's not the greatest finisher, even off the pick and roll.
He don't get there. He don't get there.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah, you gotta
check up, because I from my eyes, maybe it's just my eyes, and then maybe there's a bias in my head, but I've definitely seen Frank have a good rapport off the pick and roll with Mitch. And I'm gonna look up the off the pick and roll. Hopefully, NBA Stats has it where they break down the percentage of passes out the pick and roll. Obviously, his completion rate or whatever it may be, or assist rate, I guess, off that. Hopefully, they have that bifurcation. But I'm definitely gonna check it out. But guys, salute to everybody in here. Rick War was in here. Salute to everybody in here. Charles B, Freezy, everybody. Jason, Eddie Rowland, James Sanchez, all you guys. Andre, all you guys. Salute to you guys. I didn't even think I'd have these many people here on a Sunday. I know it's lack of NBA season, so for you guys to come in here and talk this ish with me, again, go and subscribe to Nothing But Knicks. Go subscribe to Front Stoop, 3BL, That Ain't Rap Podcast, Marquise Walker, Blarens Tears. Go to Sportscast. Do you have any episodes or anything on Sportscasting?
Nah.
Yo, these guys, bro, they're so knowledgeable about the game and they don't want to have their own shit. This is the weirdest. Granted, they might be way more busy than me, so I give that to them. But y'all need to have y'all own channels, man. Like y'all need to build it, because y'all knowledgeable about the game, man. Like, there's an episode Freezy had like on Friday. It went for I don't know how many hours. We were there till like 2:33 p.m. or 3 a.m. And it was a great heated discussion. By the way, check that out on Sportscaster too. I think he also put on YouTube on his YouTube channel. But go check that out on Sportscaster. I believe it's Uncle Freezy or Blarens Tears. I might be wrong, but Sportscaster acts a little janky. So, but definitely go check out Big Freezy on Uncle Freezy, excuse me, on Sportscaster. But we out. See you guys. I'm probably gonna have another episode with Sim. I am gonna have another episode with Sim on Tuesday. Udi Mac. This guy, King Troll Udi Mac, son. Salute to Udi Mac. Of course, this guy comes at the tail end of the show. But I'm gonna definitely try to have guys on here to come into the video chat, because I want more discussion. I want more debates. I want you guys to fight amicably. It's all friendly stuff. But I want you guys to fight over this next stuff until the season starts and we actually talk about some games, man, because everything we're doing is just talking about conjecture. By the way, look out for the Carol Lewis video that's coming out, and Terrell Terry is coming next. So I finally get out there, we can just kill that crap, man. Oh, you're on Sportscast? I told everybody on Sportscast to also come on YouTube, because it's like for me to switch back and forth, it's not I want to be a Sportscast, just my computer just acts janky. So if I switch between the tabs, it acts funny. So YouTube guys,
before we go.
Oh yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Before we go, the Halliburton thing, I was on him because I was looking at him as the lead point guard.
Right.
But since I had to put him in a different category as like the off guard that could handle some point guard duties. So he wouldn't be my first point guard to take.
He's not lasting 27 though.
No, I don't expect him to last 27. You would definitely have to trade up into the teens to get him, the early teens.
Would you? So damn, why would you bring this up? I asked this before. So I was gonna say, if you saw a prospect, even a Killian Hayes, I think if Killian Hayes, they might take him over a guy like Vassell, who I like. But just say, for instance, say a guy like Killian Hayes, or even say a guy like Halliburton. No, I think Halliburton has more of a chance to possibly, may not drop into the teens. Do you use one of those Mavericks picks? Well, the one next year, and obviously the one this year. The 27th one is the. I'm getting this wrong. We have the Clippers pick. We have the Dallas picks. Do you use that capital, Dallas capital, to move up for a guy like Halliburton, or do you try to use that next year to possibly move up for a guy like Cade Cunningham?
Cade.
All right. At least we have some sense, because I'm telling. All right, and I know Rick Ward's gonna come here. No, I like Rick Ward. Rick Ward's very knowledgeable. He doesn't. By the way, Rick Ward doesn't have a show. He needs to have a show. This dude knows too much about basketball, man. Oh, you guys need to have shows, man. But I know he's gonna say something about K that he don't like. But I watch K, man. Maybe I have a love affair or whatever because I watch this. I'm like, yo, dogs. K might be it, man. And I watch. K might be it, man. But Sutu, yo, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel so I can just keep pumping out. So algorithms, it grows that stuff, whatever. Just like it. It's free. It don't cost you anything. But Sutu, all you guys, man. Wait, what do you mean? How do I join the? I put the invite in the what's her name, man? Rick Wall, come back on Tuesday, whatever. I'm gonna do another episode, man. I put the thing. I said, yo, everybody wants to join. I put the what's the name in the YouTube chat. I thought you didn't want to join, man. I thought you wanted to raise them, but yo, definitely. I might even do something tomorrow, man. Let's see. Let me see if I can come up with some stuff. I got some stuff doing Tuesday, so I've been very extremely busy. But to you guys, man. I'll check you out later, man. Peace.
Peace.